Hello everyone, I'm representing Team 59 and we will be going over through a wrap of process scheduling. These are all the algorithms that we can implement with and without IO. Let us go through without IO first. This is the first come first serve. This is a basic UI. Here we can add up to 9 processes and we can remove each one of them. We need at least one of them to proceed, and we need to enter arrival time and execution time before we can animate these processes. Let's go through with the example. The amount of time it takes to animate depends on the number of its burst time, and between the slots 3 and 4, since there was no process, it was given a dash. It is represented by a dash. Here is the summary table. Let us move on to SJF, shortest job first. You can see the shortest job between P1 and P2 was P1, so it was animated first. Moving on to round robin, here we can enter the time quantum. Since the time quantum was of 2, first P0 came and then after it P1 comes. Here is the summary table. Moving on to priority scheduling. The lesser the number of priority entered here, the greater its priority. Hence P1 comes first. On to largest job first. Here among these P1, P2 and P3 processes, the largest process here should be P2, hence it will be animated after P0. Gantt chart is scrollable. Move on to shortest remaining time first. Depending on the shortest remaining time, those processes would be animated. After some time, it would turn into shortest job first. On to preemptive priority scheduling. Here, since priority of P1 is lesser than P0, it would get animated in between P0's execution. First P0 is animated and after that P1 is animated between it. Moving on to largest remaining time first. P1 is animated till its execution time decreases from 5 to 3, and then it alternates between P1 and P0. Now let us see the IO implementation. By clicking this button, all the algorithms now work in IO. As you can see, execution time before and after IO time become available. Let's go forth with the FCFS example. Here all the processes when they are in IO can be seen up here. Taking the SJF example. You can see this after P0, P2 was the smallest job, so it came first. But between that time, between 2 and 5, it was in IO, and hence was completed after 5. Moving over to round robin. Yeah, along with the queue, IO is considered. Moving over to priority scheduling. Yeah, P1 has the higher priority, but once it is in IO, P0 comes in place of it. Taking LJF. Yeah, P1 is the larger job, but when it goes to IO, P0 comes. Moving over to SRTF. Here P2 is the shortest. P2 would come first due to it having the shortest remaining time, then P1, but after that, due to IO, P2 comes again. Over to priority preemptive scheduling. Here after P1, since P1 has the greater priority between P0 and P1, P2 should come due to it having even further priority. Lastly, moving to largest remaining job first. Let's take the same example as SRTF. Yeah, the largest job first would be P0. After all the processes have been through IO, they would alternate. Thank you.